Hello, hi there, my name is Marlon Davis. I'm a comedian. I've just come off stage at the Bedford Fringe. I've just been doing a preview and it was nice. I enjoyed it and it was good. So yeah.
Excellent. I'm going to read through my questions instead of me reading them.
So this is the first question. This man doesn't even know if I can read or not, but he's just throwing these things at me and says, can you do this? The first comedy gig, what did you learn? Who's your influences and heroes? Well, my first comedy gig was actually in the Soho. Because we live in London, I live in London, and London has a really predominant scene. It's one of the best in the world. We're really fortunate to have that, and you can gig every night of the week and what have you. So my first comedy gig was down in Soho. I stalked it. There was other comedians that were on. They were doing new material nights, but I didn't understand that myself. So I saw that, and I saw established comedians going on there. I won't say who name names, but they were on stage and they weren't doing too well. I was like, well, I could do this. And I wrote 5 minutes. Practiced it like crazy, practiced it like the back of my hand. I went out on stage and died because I expected them to laugh in certain places. I froze up like Eminem and that was it. It was all over. But what I learned from that was not to drink, because what I did before I went on stage, I had a Guinness. Don't have any Guinness, don't have any substance or anything that's going in your head. When you're on stage, you must be clear. That's what I learned, and don't ever do that again. So that's what I done. Did that on stage, didn't drink again, and that was fantastic. My other influences as well. I was influenced by loads of people. Coming up, I used to listen to any music. I was a kid that used to listen to spoken word on the bus on the way to school. So I listened to comedy albums from Chris Rock, Eddie Murphy, Richard Pryor. Learned about afterwards, and I got into stand-up, and it was just all of those guys as well. Def Comedy Jam was fantastic. It was big, it was massive. But on Channel 4, there was in the 90s, it was a big comedy boom. So you had people like Lee Evans, Jack D, what's their name? I can't remember the name. Joe Brand, people like that. And I've just been exposed to it. So you had the other thing as well, you had the American artists, but then you had British artists that was over here. People like Lenny Henry, Richard Blackwood, Jeannie Yashere, Curtis Walker, people like that. The Real McCoy, was a big explosion. And it was people that spoke the same way as how I spoke. And that was important to me, and I try and bring that into my stand-up as well. But with a twist.
Excellent.
Okay, next question. Okay, if I'm doing too long with this and you need to go home and you ain't got no footage no more, let me know. I think this is the next question, which is the Fringe. What's my journey? What venue do I want to crack? My journey so far, every day, every time I go on stage, is a different. You're learning more. That's all I want to do. I want to be the best comedian that I can possibly can be. So I want to be a better comedian than I was yesterday. And that's my journey. And the journey, you go through different stages and you set yourself different targets, and then you obtain them and you set yourself another target. What I wanted to do with this initially was just to get on stage. That was my mission. I got on stage, I've done that. And the next target was to earn a living from doing this. Don't have a job. I've done that. It's fantastic. Next one was to get on TV. Done that. It's fantastic. And from there, it never does. It never ever ends, and you don't lose any sleep, and you're miserable for the rest of your life. And this is what happens to you. So that's my journey. What I'm actually doing at the moment, I'm doing my first ever Edinburgh Fringe Festival. So I'm going up there with my first hour. I'm going around the country just doing previews all the time. It's fantastic because you go around different parts of the country, you learn about people, and they tell you about things as well. So it broadens you, and that's what I'm finding. So that's what I love most about being a comedian. Who do you trust in? See, that's what I'm saying. He's got marks here, it's all scrubbed out. Who do you trust as a comedian? Is that a question? Who do I trust as a comedian?
Well, I guess it's a bit like the person who doesn't laugh at your jokes. Who is it who you rely on, like when you try new material?
Yeah, if I it must be my girlfriend. She doesn't if she finds anything offensive and not funny, I will say it, because that's funny. It's the opposite. Whatever she thinks ain't funny is funny, and I say it on stage and it gets laughs. The other person as well will be my sister, who just doesn't get it. She's 13 years old and she doesn't understand why people pay me money to do this. She doesn't find me or anyone funny at all. So that'll be that. Dealing with the expectations as a black comic. Well, dealing with the expectations of being a black anything is hard, because when you're black it feels like you're wearing an invisible cloak, and you don't want to shame people. And that's what it is. But if you're going to be doing this and you're in the public spotlight and you have to have some sort of responsibility in a sense. With this being a comedian too, it's very tricky because you don't want to go on stage and be cooning and shuffling and doing that sort of stuff. You don't want to do that. You don't want to roll your eyes and it's the things that people have done from before. You don't really want to do that because it's a different day, and I don't think you actually have to do that. And what I do find is like we're dealing with, it's not my sense of being as a black comedian, it's more of a generational sort of thing. I say that's because all of us have all grown up together, white, black, Asian, Chinese. Don't ever forget the Chinese. Everyone forgets the Chinese as well, but bring the Chinese into it. And we all grown up together, so it's a whole generational thing. And yeah, I don't think you really find that anymore. How do I write my material? How I write my material is the stuff that just comes to me. And yeah, that's what this is. It's just stuff that comes to you, write it down, you go through it. It's like science in a way. You write it down, you've got a plan, you've got your method, and then you go out and try it. And if it works, fantastic, you come back and you write your notes and see what works. And if it doesn't work, you need to fix it and find out what the solution is. And that's all it is, basically. It's just like science. But what shouldn't you be left
alone in a room with?
Who shouldn't?
What shouldn't you be left in a room with?
A dog. I don't like dogs at all. Any dogs. Don't like motorbikes or cars when we're doing interviews either. No, but it's dogs, rats, and I would say for my girlfriend who might be watching this, attractive women, because she doesn't want me to be alone with an attractive woman, just in case. How important is it to have an online presence? I think it's key, utmost key now. I think what we're having now is this explosion. Look at this, you're filming you right now on a phone, is it? Is that a phone?
No, it's a mini
whatever it is, it's mini, and you can have it in your pocket, and it's portable, you can take it out and just shoot straight away, and it goes straight away to all these different pods and people worldwide. You can't ignore that. YouTube is ridiculous at this moment in time. Everything is just done through views. It's just social media, it's all viral. Like I said, when we got caught someone's being racist, it's all viral. John Terry got caught being viral. This is what it is. It's just how it is at this moment in time. So if you're a comedian, this is what you need. Years ago, you had to wait and see if people will like me and if anyone's going to take a gamble on you. It's there in broad daylight. It's there for everyone to see. It's just views. That's all it is. Look, the alarm's going off because everyone knows it's the truth, and that's what it is. It's important. So find me on Marlon_Davis on Twitter, Facebook, Twitter, or my website, which is www.marlondavis.co.uk. Okay, nice. Situation humour, has that ever got me into trouble? Yes, of course it has. Of course it has. My parents, basically, first and foremost, like my dad. I'll talk about him, he's got nothing in his house. But it's true, he ain't got nothing in his house, right? And everyone's laughing at him now because it's on the street. It's not just me saying it in a comedy club. It's gone viral, it's on YouTube, it's worldwide. He's just come back from Jamaica. People were laughing at him from Jamaica. Like, he didn't know why people were laughing at him in Jamaica, because it's from the YouTube. So people have seen it in the YouTube. And the thing about when you're over in Jamaica is that your family over there, because they think you come over here and you live in large. You're like king and queen, you're like Buckingham Palace, but that wasn't the case. So when he goes back over there now, they're laughing at him, like, rah, you don't have nothing in your yard, Johnny, wagwan, right? But it's cool for him, because it works now. He doesn't have to bring nothing over. So he's coming back to me and touching me and saying, respect, don't have to bring nothing over, don't have to bring over no presents, no birthday presents, Christmas presents, nothing, because man, I'm nothing, you understand? Nice, anyway. So, it works for you, Where can you folk find me? I told you where you can find me.
That's it.
On Twitter.
Marlon
_Davis. Thank you.
Thank you very much, and goodbye.